Hello law aspirants, so we are back to our Hindu vocabulary. Your request has been fulfilled, that is the tones of the passage. And the next request is kept in consideration, and that is what? Yes, that is the idioms related to Greek mythology, color idioms and various sections. Now when we are turning to a Hindu vocabulary, I am reminded of this: change is part and parcel of human life and nature. So back to our change, back to our Hindu vocabulary, which is the utmost thing for your preparation. We had left here, this is the last thing that I did in the class. If you do remember, I had taken these words, this was our last class, and that is, after that we started with the tones of the passage, and we are back to our Hindu vocabulary in this situation. This was the class 11th, that is 11th of May we had this class, and that is why I recap the words that we have here. That is something related to futile, pointless, senseless and useless thing is called futile. Frivolous is something which is very funny, joking or glibbing. Frayed is something which shows one's temper or things. Fragile from the word which is delicate, which could be breaking. And fragile, fragility. Flow and ebb and flow of the tide, that is coming and going of a thing. And falter is lose your strength, you hesitate or you delay in something. We move on to the next words for today, that is extol. The word extol means to praise highly. You praise about something in a very laudatory manner. Please note the words for this and especially the synonyms. This is a part and parcel of the tones of the passage. See, when we were doing tones, we had roots and Hindu vocabulary. And now when we have Hindu vocabulary, we have these words linked with it. So this means laudatory. Please note the root laud. That means praise. X, that is out and out the best. So here it is out and out the best. We have eu, which means good. We have log, which means speech. Some students speak with me because they have so thoroughly learned it. So laudatory, eulogize, praise, extol. That is, you talk in a very high flown language, in an elevated language. You talk about somebody in praising someone, appreciating. How can we forget this word? You appreciate something. You talk in a carol. You've heard those singing hymns in the name of Jesus Christ in a very high form. That is carol. That is celebrate, emblazon, exalt and glorify. This would be extol. Extol is praising very high, right? The next word, exponentially. Exponentially is an exponential rate of increase, because quicker and quicker as the thing becomes, it becomes large, it becomes more in this scenario. Expanding, growing, mounting, rampart, spreading or wanton. This is a very commonly used word, that is exponentially. The next word, expertise. This is a skill or proficiency of doing something. It's the manner you attain something. You become an expert in the skill or knowledge of something. In a particular field, you are prowess in it. You're having a proficiency of doing things. You're competent about it. This is called expertise. The opposite would be you are lacking the competence of doing something. You don't know how to do that thing. That would be opposite of it. Exonerate, you can also see the X root that is coming out. Exonerate is an official body absolving someone. See, AB root is move away. So absolving someone from blame or fault. You put up a blame on someone, you make that person free from charge or blame. Please note the synonyms from this. Exculpate. That is absolve, acquit. The charge was there, but now you are declared guiltless. So Imran Khan has been absolved. He has been exonerated out from the charge. He is no more responsible for the charge. He is clear from the charge. So it's an official body absolving someone from the blame for a fault of wrongdoing. It's absolving someone. It's clear somebody, the acquitted somebody, free from charge or blame. The charge was put and now the charge is out for someone. The next word, Epidemic. Epidemic is a widespread of an infectious disease in a community at a particular time. The disease spreads in a particular time. It's an outbreak of disease. It's a plague, scourge, infestation. See, pandemic is spreading all over the world. Epidemic spreading over a particular area. You can see the dem root. People are affected by it, right? So it's something which is spread in a particular area, and when it's limited, it's local, more regional, more provincial. In that case, it's just the opposite of the word. The words are very important, and not only important, they're very interesting. Next word, enumerate. Enumerate means talk in detail. Please, you find this word very often in the CBSE examination, the 12th standard. Elucidate, enumerate, elaborate, talk in detail about something. That means the act or process of making a list of the things one after the other. The act of establishing the list of something, detail, itemize things, list something, numerate one after the other. You give a number to it, you numerate it, that is enumerate. Next word, it's very important from the spelling section. See, when we write enemy, this is enemy, and when we write enmity, the E is missing. Enmity. The state of feeling of active opposition or hostility, hostile, anim root, mind or soul. Please note mind or soul. So your soul or mind is against something, that is animosity, and or antagonist, and is not. So protagonist is the main character and antagon, Greek terms. Antagonist is the villain. So you act as the villain of something, that is antagonist. Friction, there is a fight between two things. Antipathy, please note the root anti, that is against. Path is feelings. So your feelings are against something, that is the word here antipathy. Enmity is a state of active opposition for something, your total hostile or animosity for something, you have an antipathy for something, that is enmity. Next word, eminent. Eminent is most important. Right? I have one idiom for this. Please note down the roots for this. I get aside so that it's easy for you to copy and write down the things. Right. Okay. Let's move to the word eminent. Eminent is very popular. Please write the idiom for this. A man of letters. Renowned, popular, famous, esteemed, considered very important, somebody very famous, somebody who's a celebrity, a very famous person would come in this category. Person famous and respected within a particular sphere, illustrious, distinguished, renowned, esteemed, and preeminent. Preeminent is considered as very, very important. Somebody who is not somebody who is lacking. Everybody knows him. He is known for that. He is an important in his field. That is eminent. He is actually a celebrity. Right? Next word is elegance. When we have elegance, elegance is the quality of being graceful and stylish. You are very elegant. That heroine is very elegant. She's got an elegant manner of carrying herself. This is a very gorgeous style. It's being very stylish, of course, but you have a very, an aura about something. You're very stylish about something. It's very graceful and stylish in appearance or manner. Like, yeah, she has got an elegance of speaking. You are marked by your polished and sophisticated style. It's a style, it's a stylish manner or gracefulness or smoothness of doing things. That is elegance. The opposite would be inelegance, gouchy, very bad and ugly manner. It's messiness or gracelessness. So when you're very graceful and you're very graceless. So lawyers are graceful, right? Egregious. Egregious is horrible, astonishingly bad. You're too surprised a thing can be too bad. That kind of a thing is egregious. It's outstandingly bad, shocking, appalling, horrific, horrifying, horrible, terrible, too bad. It's something which is beyond your description of it. I have this word which I discussed in the class earlier with you, gorgon. It is the name of the two sisters who were killed because it was so bad. The two sisters were too bad at looking at it. When anybody looked at them, they would die. So there was an archer who put in mirror, and looking at the mirror, he shot them and they died. That was the Gorgon. Gorgon is very ugly. It is like ghostly. It is grotesque. It is gawky. And it is grisly. It's horrible, horrifying. This is G's, prominent G's. Please note. I make my students learn 5 G's, 3 P's, 3 A's, 3 B's. Yes, and they do answer. If you feed your mind surely answers you back. Opposite of this is quite clearly noted by you. Marvelous, wonderful. This is horrible. This is very bad and ugly to look at. The next word, dynamic. Dynamic is the state or characteristic of being very vigorous in your activity. She's a very dynamic lady. She's a very powerful lady. She answers or expresses things in a very perfect manner. She's full of energy. She's full of spirit. Get up and get go. She's more enthusiastic about things. Is dynamic by nature. The opposite would be, of course, lethargic, listless, sluggish, torpid. Torpid is like a couch potato. You're stuck to a place, you don't move. Most of the people during the time of pandemic have become couch potatoes, right? So what is couch potatoes? You are very sluggish in your attitude. This is very full of energy, spirits. You have that zeal. See, you have that zeal and the zest of doing things. That energy and power in you. That, in fact, the exact word, you have that vivaciousness. The bubbly attitude, very chirpy in your style, that is dynamic. Dubious, don't be dubious, right? Lawyers are not dubious. Doubtful, where you create something which is a debate which is not settled, where there are various arguments, there is a lot of controversy. It's more sparky in it's unsettled in opinion, it's doubtful, debatable or disputable. It lacks certainty. It's more of lacking things. When you fight up a case, you don't leave it dubious. I don't want any dubious answer when I say. That means what? I want to the point, very certain, very sure, perfect, meticulous and careful one. The opposite would be certainly, hands down, incontestable or indisputable. Right? Next word, drastic. There's been a drastic change. This is something which is very drastic. What is drastic? Likely to have a strong far-reaching effect. Anything which has a far-reaching effect is called drastic, which is radical and extreme, seriously forceful, desperate. Please note the word diarrhea. Diarrhea. This is a foreign word we use very often, something which brings a very strong effect, a strong change. The opposite would be mild, moderate, something which doesn't have much effect or much change. Right? So we have the next word, distress. Distress is too much full of sorrow, pain, anguish, hardship, unhappiness, too much, longing in your heart, a desire that you have not done something. This is showing your anxiety and sorrow for things, that is anguish. It's full of hardship and pain. It's full of unhappiness and discomforting situation. Right? I don't want to take up the two words in quick order, so I would continue from the same, that is the word disgraceful, so that you are in cap with the things and you are able to connect it with the next class of vocabulary of Hindu. Right, students? Please give your thumbs up, your like for the content of the matter, and the content must be something which you give weightage to. Please do comment, and it should hold water, right? Thank you.